My dear brothers and sisters, first off, when you hear the expression sour grapes, it doesn't talk about somebody who is happy. Sour grapes means somebody who is deeply dissatisfied, not happy with what you are saying and what you are doing, a little bit jealous maybe. Sour grapes means never rejoicing in this person's happiness. How often have we come across sour grapes? Sometimes I've heard, my SPM results are out, I got 9 A's, Then I hear the fake smile. Congratulations. It is said so stiffly that you can tell it is fake. So, sour grapes are fake. They are not real. Sour grapes refers to somebody who is deeply dissatisfied not only with others but also with himself. Now this is important for us to realize, my dear brothers and sisters, but it's not just the first reading which we talk about sour grapes as well. Having a vineyard and planting grapes is something considered something so important. Basically, in the gospel, we expected the grapes to yield a good harvest. In the first reading, we expected grapes which were sweet, but instead it yielded sour grapes. This happens when the people are not happy with themselves. This happens when you are not able to be grateful for all the things which you have received. And then what happens is this person will always take and take and take, but never say thank you, never be grateful. This is what I call a narcissist. You know what is a narcissist? Only for me, myself, and I. The rest of you, parala. I couldn't be bothered. I will just take and take and take. This is the attitude which we find in the house of Israel and Judah. They took for granted. They took as though there was no end to it. They took as though they were entitled. When you feel that you are entitled, then you don't need to ask anyone. You just continue to expect people to give you. That is very wrong. This has so many implications even in our lives. Today, you cannot participate if you feel entitled. Why must I help you? I am the atas one. Why must I participate? Because I'm better than you. Why must I join in? Because I'm doing so much better without you. These are the causes of non-participation. The true cause of why we participate is when we are grateful, when we are joyful. And this is so important for us. Why should we participate? We participate because we have received and we are so happy. We are falling over ourselves to join, falling over ourselves to serve. This then is the fundamental message for us. If we are sour grapes, we will never serve. If we are sour grapes with no joy, then never mind. I am better than the rest of you. I am the narcissist. I just take and take and take. I take for granted. That's the problem, my dear brothers and sisters, not just in the Gospels, also in our society today. This is the reason why we cannot participate fully in our BECs. You see, we will forever be picking away at our BEC. The reflection paper is boring. What else? Can you all tell me what else? The youth are not involved. The food is no good. Every other excuse in the book we will pull out. But you never say how good the fellowship was. No, the curry, not cow enough. We pick on the curry, we pick on the sandwiches, we pick on the food, we pick on the drink. How come just plain water offered only? Yannamma eppadi pandringalama? Why? Why not provided? Why this not provided? Why that not provided? Complain, complain, complain. Sour grapes, right? My dear brothers and sisters, there is only one reason why we should participate. And it's because we have received much and we are thankful. Once we have received and we have a spirit of gratitude, then our participation, we will participate automatically. The problem with this is we don't participate because we don't feel thankful. We feel, very boring lah, BEC, very boring lah. I cannot believe 1 month passed so fast. The reflection paper not good, this not good, that not good. My dear brothers and sisters, the very purpose of our BEC is that we stay connected to one another. When we don't connect with one another, worse, if there is a dispute which broke out in the BEC, then we will not be participating. You will not be attending. Why should I go for her BEC? I have seen for 10 years how you all have mastered the art of the jeling muka. You know what is jeling muka? Every church has an expert in the... How come we have become this way? How come we have become this way? I cannot stand that person. You know what she said to me that day? There. Down to gossiping already. What did I say about gossiping? You don't know. She said this or that day. Then she got that. Serve her right lah. You all laugh. But actually, you all don't know, I am just a mirror reflecting you all. Now that you understand, then my dear brothers and sisters, we have to be thankful. Once, I heard a priest was ordained for 1 year, and then I was so anxious to hear him share. When I was still a seminarian, I heard him share his 1 year anniversary. You know what he said? No regrets. I'm telling myself, you're not. After 1 year of priesthood, all the joy, the blessings, the ordination, no regrets. What is this? My dear brothers and sisters, having worked in the vineyard of the Lord, my dear brothers and sisters, we have to help one another and also brother priests as well. I remember a story when I was in 2nd year philosophy. It was so hard. It was so hard to live together in community. So hard because I couldn't get along with some of them. I cannot stand their face. So I guess before you all did the jeling muka, I did it already. It was called seminary. Okay. And I was so sad and I was so unhappy. I wanted to leave. Then that was when I decided to ask. I said, maybe I'm called to other orders. Who knows? And I went to seek help from my brother and good friend, and now brother priest, Father Valentine Gompok. Yes, that was the first time he was here. So, and he had very good advice to give me. Would you like to know? The advice was, he says, the first call the first time you respond to that call, that is the authentic one. Don't go and consider second, third, fourth. Maybe he was trying to say, don't join the Capuchins. But very good advice. But today, kita masih boleh bersemuka antara satu sama lain kan, Father? But this is the thing. We are good friends. We are singing like brothers and we are singing like a family. But I cannot forget the advice he gave me. And I am thankful to the advice which I have received. Today, I give thanks to God for my larger family, my brotherhood of priests. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, I have been 10 years now in the vineyard. And honestly, there is so much joy. So much so that I've left my own parish to come here and share that joy with you. But if mine is 10 years, can you imagine 25? Can you imagine Father Joe Matthews, 25 years, and how much joy he should be having and experiencing the blessings of the people. I don't know about you, but in the Church of Our Lady of Lourdes, they all say, Father, every time you are recognized in a restaurant, I get very scared. I try to disguise myself. Father, they recognize me, and then they give you food. Then they buy more and more food. Then, Father, you give me this, give you that. Then suddenly when you go back, they go and tap out so many things for you to take back. Then you have to contend with what? No? Diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension. But some people say, these are the joys of the priesthood. Joys, okay, I'll be happy if you don't kill me. But at the same time, Archbishop Julian knows. Now, so he's coming tomorrow, so you can ask him, does he want his priests to be fit or fat? Fit, just like him. Fit, not fat. So today, we give thanks to God for a very caring Archbishop also. But all these make me feel appreciated, makes all of us in the priesthood, whether we count the years and years and years. As the years go by and as we work longer and longer in the vineyard of the Lord, yes, changes happen. I have grown thinner, but at the same time, my hair has gone whiter. This is all your fault. You have given me so much headache. But pondering on these problems, but nevertheless, the source of our joy has always been all of you. The source of our joy has always been in you and also especially with God. And so sometimes we sing, there's through him, with him, in him. In the unity of the Holy Spirit, all glory and honor is yours, Almighty Father, forever and ever. Yes, correct? It is through the Lord, in the Lord, and always with the Lord that we experience this. And your love is a great boon to boost us so long as you don't stuff us to death. Always a word of your encouragement, especially when we are down. Father, don't worry. Keep on at it, Father. Sometimes, I told you, it's very hard. Sometimes, I cannot try too hard. Your faces look as though some of you were not here yesterday. Yes, sir. Can I retell yesterday's story? Okay. Yesterday's story was this. There was a priest who liked to chant. And everywhere he went, he chanted. The congregation returned and chanted with him. Not me, So finally, one day he went to a church and the parish priest said, No use, lah. They are dead. They are dead. He says, Father, please let me try. And so, he says, and if they chant with me, we would have won back many souls. So, he went, and throughout Mass, for 45 minutes, he goes, the Lord be with you. And the congregation went, cannot respond. So today, jolly well, this evening, the Lord be with you. And with your spirit. Very good. So I know that congregation is not you. And so what he did was, finally, for 45 minutes, the congregation kept muttering and mumbling to themselves. So finally, just before the final blessing, he was supposed to say the same thing. But suddenly he blurted out, because he was so angry, so frustrated. He said, to hell be with you. And the congregation responded, and also with you. So you all must remember participation. You shouldn't, number one, we shouldn't try too hard. Otherwise, you might end up cursing the priest. But number two, participation should be at every level. Don't just say, don't come for BEC lah. No. You tell your children, don't come for BEC. Very boring. Gone. The moment parents say that to children, gone. Pochi. You know why? You are setting the best example for them. From the children will pass on to the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. Nobody will come to the BEC because remember the Jeling Muka. Once you start this, then it will be endless. It will go on from one generation to the next. Psalm 89 tells us, O Lord, you have been our refuge from one generation to the next. Yes. So make sure you all go from one generation to the next, but tell the message to your younger generation. Come, BEC is very interesting. Because all of you should not be looking at the reflection sheet and criticizing. It is how you come together as community. Correct. If you all don't come together as community, you all don't stay connected, then how? In some BECs, some of them are Tamil speaking, some Filipinos, some Bahasa speaking, some Mandarin speaking, but still we can come together. I know, I'm the one speaking in all 4 languages. But this is the thing, my dear brothers and sisters. The problem is that when we start characterizing something, when we start becoming sour grapes, nobody will go. Isn't this the problem today for all the other BECs as well? I'm not just talking about South District. All the other BECs, everybody, some BEC members, some BEC leaders, 80 years old, 90 years old already. In the name of the Father. We must understand when our BEC leaders are this, we should take the initiative. Somebody should come up and take over. Someone should come and also attend the BECs just outside this wall. Don't take my word for it, Father Ali Uta. You open the glass door, there is a WhatsApp code, scan. It says, scan me. So, scan you. You all go and scan. Register for your BECs. Why aren't you registering? Why aren't you registering for your BECs? I don't want I hear your I can pick it up. But my dear brothers and sisters, I first learned so much joy because of the wonders of Second Vatican Council. And let me tell you, another cause of my joy, when I was in the seminary, in my first year, who was my lecturer for Second Vatican Council? Father Paul Cheong. Father Paul Cheong inspired. Don't say, Father Paul Cheong talks so soft-spoken, but actually he has a lot of points to make. Even in my homily as well, jotting down points there. Now, he forever takes down points. But very importantly, because Father Paul Cheong was so patient with us first-year seminarians, you know what we would do? Then we take turns. The second one, the third one, then the fourth one, then ding, number one, we start again. But I'm just joking, of course. But the truth of the matter is that when we listen to the beauty of the Second Vatican Council, it tells us, Second Vatican Council, we should celebrate in the local vernacular. If not, we should be doing this in Latin. How do you like doing it in Latin? Dominus vobiscum. All don't know, understand. So, my dear brothers and sisters, we are celebrating in our local vernacular. We should be able to come together and celebrate regardless of the language of our origin. Is this possible? Really? So, my dear brothers and sisters, in about, today is 7th, today is 7th, is it? Okay, by 14th, we have APA. Like I said, the Archdiocese Pastoral Assembly. Yesterday, I teased APA and said, everybody comes here and says, APA. Because you all are clueless. But now, I think you have a better idea of APA. And we are coming together from all parts of the diocese. This is a very Franciscan theme. For Saint Francis of Assisi, it doesn't matter, friendship, whether far away or near, we treat them all the same. So important for Saint Francis of Assisi to have taught us this. Of course, a lot of people do not know, when other religions make fun of us and we are put down, we should not fight with them, but we wait until a suitable time, and after having a suitable time, we will now continue the dialogue. And so, it's so important for us to do this, my dear brothers and sisters. Some people say we shouldn't. Now, for one reason or another, we say, we shouldn't have inter-religious dialogue. We shouldn't have this. All wrong, my dear brothers and sisters. I told you, 800 years ago, Saint Francis of Assisi visited the Sultan in Egypt. There was no internet. He had to go face to face. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, people are picking on us. These are from the traditionalists. So, the traditionalist group, I remember this year, the Church of Our Lady of Lourdes was celebrating its feast day. So the first day, it's 9 days. The first day of our feast day, we called for an inter-religious exhibition. So we had panels, we invited people from all around. Because Church of Our Lady of Lourdes is surrounded by temples, koils, surrounded by mosques. We invited all of them because we had been silent for 3 years, COVID. So we went and invited them, called them and said, come, we are giving an inter-religious exhibition. We are doing this because in a few days' time, we will be processing down the streets. We need your cooperation and your help so that your people may observe silently. And they did. They did their job so well. Everyone cooperated. This is the fruit of dialogue, but it has been picked up by some people and picked up to say, the Church of Our Lady of Lourdes is losing its faith. Yannada! Who is losing the faith? No. This is again another case of sour grapes. Why do you think we are losing our faith? We are collaborating with people around us. The churches, the other churches, Christian churches, other religions. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, it behooves us to understand what it means to be thankful, what it means to give thanks to God. My dear brothers and sisters, okay lah. I'm going to say a little bit in Tamil. I hope you all don't mind. Pirarin kanivana seyalgalai yennar parka vendum annai Teresa sevai sever poder orer Christuva kudambam sila adradar tevai porkalai petrargal ஆந்தர் ஏழ்மையிலும் முஸ்லிம் ஆகர் இருக்கும் அவர்களின் பக்கத்தர் வெட்டர் நவாருதன் பகிர்ந்தர் கொண்டார்கள். இதுர் அளவர் நமாதர் அரைப்பர் மற்றும் படிப்பினை. Short one. Mandarin a little bit. 我们需要感谢天主。如果我们没有感谢，我们没有悔改。If there is no thanksgiving, we cannot be converted. We cannot change. Dalam bahasa, kita seharusnya mengucap terima kasih dengan hati yang berterima kasih. Kenapa? Kalau tidak ada berterima kasih, macam mana kita boleh melayan? Habis kami tidak mau melayan, terus kami bilang, kenapa saya kena buat macam ni? Kenapa saya harus buat macam tu? Macam tu saja kau bilang. Tapi apabila kita berterima kasih, terus kita akan berkembang dalam agama dan juga dalam diri kita. Supaya kita menolak yang negatif dan juga akan menarik yang positif. Who wants to come to somebody who is sour grapes? No one. But if you show off such a beautiful light, people will be drawn to you. People will be attracted to you. That's when people will start joining. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, yes, come and see. The problem is we do not want to see. After longer time, then finally, then we become the three monkeys. You know the three monkeys? See no evil, hear no evil, talk no evil, nothing. Then finally, we are just silent. Non-participatory. That is not where we want to go, my dear brothers and sisters. So let's make a start. Praise be to God.